الرجاء من الحضور الوقوف لأداء النشيد
We
الوطني.
kindly ask the participants to rise for the national anthem. In the name of God, the most compassionate, the most merciful, may the peace and blessings of God be upon His Prophet and His companions and all those who have followed him in benevolence till the day of judgment. Allah Almighty says in His holy book, Allah will raise up in ranks those who believed among you and those who have been given knowledge. True is the word of God. Your Excellency, Sheikha Hind bint Hamad Al Thani, the chairperson of Qatar Foundation and the executive director of Qatar Foundation and the chairperson of the Qatar Foundation. And also we have Dr. Mujahid Omar Hasna, president of HBKU, Your Excellencies, the sheikhs, the ministers, faculty, distinguished colleagues, distinguished guests, graduates of 2022, may the peace of God be upon you all. I am honored, Wadha Al-Adba, to stand before you today while we are celebrating the graduation of class 2022 in HBKU. And we would like to start with the blessed recitation of the Holy Quran by Yusuf Ashir, graduate of the College of Islamic Studies from HBKU.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الله نور السماوات والأرض مثل نوره كمشكاة فيها مصباح المصباح في زجاجة الزجاجة كأنها كوكب دري يوقد من شجرة مباركة زيتونة لا شرقية ولا غربية يكاد زيتها يضيء ولو لم تمسسه نار نور على نور نور على نور يهدي الله لنوره من يشاء ويضرب الله الأمثال للناس والله بكل شيء عليم صدق الله العظيم.
True is the word of God. True is the word of God Almighty. Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib, may God bless his soul, there is no virtue except for those who have rightly guided, and the value of a person is what he is used to do, and the ignorant are enemies of the people of knowledge. So seek knowledge and do not seek anything in return, for people are dead and people of knowledge remain alive. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, days, months, and years. These are the periods of time where our graduates have exerted a great deal of effort for them to reap and harvest the fruit of their efforts. And now they are seeing success in order to culminate into a new phase where they're going to be facing new responsibilities and diverse challenges in different fields of specialization, benefiting from all what they have learned from HBKU in recent years. Distinguished guests, our ceremony of tonight is being celebrated under the title of Innovation and Leadership, and would like to concentrate on one of the most important pillars of HBKU. For in excess of a decade, the university has reinforced values of innovation and pioneering efforts through its programs and research, and this is considered one of the most important values and pillars. Also, HBKU, since its establishment, has included and integrated the spirit of innovation and pioneering work within its higher education and scientific research. And also it continues with sharpening the different capabilities through its experiences, through a very important ecosystem, also transforming research into discoveries through the IP and also promotional solutions that would contribute to a knowledge-based economy in the state of Qatar, and also it supports and props up the national strategy and also confronts the challenges of sustainability inside and outside the state of Qatar. HBKU is committed to reinforce and rehabilitate its own students for them to become experts in their own disciplines by the different skills and capabilities that would enable them to face the challenges of today and tomorrow. Distinguished guests would like to welcome to the podium Dr. Ahmed Hasna, the president of HBKU, to deliver his speech. Dr. Hasna, the floor is yours. In the name of God, the most compassionate, the most merciful, Your Excellency Sheikha Hind bint Hamad Al Thani, Vice President of the Qatar Foundation and the President of the Board of Trustees, dear sheikhs, ministers, my sons and daughters, the students, may the peace and blessings of God be upon you all. Class of 2022, it is my pleasure to celebrate in a face-to-face way this opportunity to give you and to give your loved ones and family to celebrate this very important event after the pandemic and what it had imposed on us when it comes to the limited scope of communication. So this is a very important opportunity, and we have seen the importance of social and human communication, and also to be able to communicate amongst us in a non-traditional way, and also to be flexible flexible in the way we deal with the different challenges and how to contain the different events and incidents. All of these things are very important things that we can build on, because all these skills are the basis of success in a future which is changing very quickly. Knowledge and ideas are very valuable when we implement them, when we see the impact in the community. There is no importance when we see an idea that is not implemented. So transferring science into a reality is what makes communities and institutions be developed and effective. So the rightly guided caliphs, had they stayed with the knowledge without implementation, we would not have seen any impact from them and would not have seen the rise of any state or civilization. It is incumbent on us and it is part of the traditions of this world to see mistakes happen, but we have to learn from these mistakes and to be resolute in avoiding those mistakes, because this is a very important opportunity to reinforce our willingness. So the future is full of challenges and changes and variables, and ethics, morals are the most important challenge that we face in our life when it comes to sustainable environment, artificial intelligence, and many, many other disciplines. I am sure that we are part of the Islamic civilization. As a result of that, we can come up with models, human models, that would enable us to rise with these different disciplines. Since its establishment, we talk about HBKU, we have seen that this is part and parcel of the research and educational vision. And here we are seeing the graduation of our sons and daughters for them to contribute to the development that we witness in the community. And also we continue with the building of bridges between the different sectors within the state. You are today our ambassadors, and we are sure that you're going to make these bridges multiple. And when you graduate, it doesn't mean that this is going to be the end of your relationship with the university. Your communication, your support of the university in order for it to achieve its objective, this is something that is of utmost importance. With our continuous communication, we're going to be able to make our work even larger and bigger. So make your creativity part and parcel of your work and success. Do not hesitate, because history is going to make your name resonant in it. HBKU is going to remain part and parcel of your successes, and it is going to remain there to help you. And we'd like to thank the faculty and all employees at HBKU. We'd like to thank them for all the efforts exerted. We'd like to thank your parents and your loved ones for their continuous support and the efforts exerted during your studies. Of course, success is very fruitful after very, very hard work. I would like to thank you and wish you good results after all the achievements that you have made. And may the peace and blessings of God be upon you all. Thank you very much, Dr. Ahmed Hasna, for his valuable speech. We feel really proud while we are celebrating the class of 2022. We are sure that our graduates are able to reinforce the different capabilities, scientific and intellectual capabilities, to contribute to innovative solutions and also imaginative and important conceptualizations when it comes to sustainable impact. Our guest is Dr. Rajab Shantuk, and he is the founder of Ibn Khaldun University in Turkey. He holds a PhD from the Department of Sociology from the University of Columbia. He is specialized in sciences of civilizations, sociology, and also Islamic studies. He is very much interested in human rights, modernity in the Islamic world. And he is one of the persons that support the theories of sociology, including theories of Ibn Khaldun. So the floor is yours, Dr. Shanturk.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. اسمحوا لي أن أبدأ بالإعراب عن الشكر والتقدير لأصحاب المعالي والوزراء والضيوف الكرام الآخرين الموجودين هنا اليوم. أود أيضا أن أحيي جميع خريجي جامعة حمد بن خليفة وعائلاتهم. إنه شرف كبير ويسعدني أن أخاطب خريجي جامعة حمد بن خليفة. قبل أن أبدأ أود أن
friends and colleagues of the journalist Shireen Abu Aqla, who was murdered while doing her job. Dear graduates, congratulations for your achievement in completing your studies with success. ألف مبروك للتخرج. This is a happy moment for you, your families, and your professors. This achievement is the achievement of all. So is the happiness. It is the happiness of all. Today is a turning point in your lives. Yesterday, you were our students. Today, you are our friends and colleagues. And here I am addressing you as your friend and colleague, but not as your teacher. Let me begin with an anecdote from my own graduation. When I got my PhD in sociology from Columbia University, one of my professors told me, "You are graduate with a PhD, but from now on, don't become Dr. Recep Bey." In Turkish, we say Bey. Don't become Recep Bey. Don't become big shot. Continue to remain a student, Recep, always trying to improve your knowledge, reading, studying, and exploring new things. I followed this advice, and I found it extremely useful in my life. Today, at your graduation, I share the same advice with you. Your formal studies ended, but your passion to learn more and more should be continuous, lifelong, and should never end. How do you like this advice? Maybe you think you are graduated and you are freed. And here I am telling you, continue studying and reading. Yes, there is no graduation from Talab al-Ilm until you die. You graduate in the grave. But more and more knowledge for what? What's the purpose of learning more and more? Is knowledge and education only for your individual success? This would be a very selfish view. Useful knowledge is useful not only for your individual success, but also for the whole community. Therefore, you should think about how to put the knowledge you have gained during your education in the service of your community, country, and humanity. What makes our life meaningful is not only the personal or individual success and achievement. Expanding our horizons to global human society and working for a just, prosperous, and peaceful world. This is what gives meaning and purpose to our lives. As Ibn Khaldun said in his Circle of Politics, Da'iratu Siyasa, the whole world stands on justice from the most micro to the most macro levels. He said, Al-adlu ma'lufun wa bihi qawamul alam. Justice is desired by all, and the whole world stands on justice. Justice to yourself, justice in the family, justice in society, and justice in the world. The question I want to address briefly is the following. How can we, you and I, contribute to the world to build a better future? What's our vision for a better future so that we can dedicate our lives and resources for it. This is, in my view, building an open civilization deriving from our long and rich civilizational heritage and legacy. And the method to achieve to this purpose is rooted revival, at-tajdeed al-mu'assal. There are two reasons why we should adopt open civilization as our ideal, utopia, vision, or dream. First, the present global conditions in which we live wouldn't allow us to live in a closed society and civilization, isolated from the world. Second, our civilization heritage, religion, worldview require us to revive Islam as an open civilization as we had it for centuries, expanding from Uyghuristan to India, to Balkans, to Andalusia and Africa. The renowned sociologist Karl Mannheim said in his well-known book on utopia that change and social dynamism comes from a big ideal, utopia, dream, or a vision for a better future. If you have no utopia, no dream, no vision for future, that means you are prisoner of the reality in which you live. Therefore, you cannot produce any change unless you emancipate your thinking from the limitations of your constraining reality. We, as educators, parents, and thinkers, need to set an ideal to achieve by offering a future vision to our students and children and the youth so that they get inspired with it and motivated to work for it with passion. Today, we live at the age of globalization, which I call open civilization. The whole world has turned into a small village due to a fast developing telecommunication and transportation technology. This increased social diversity more than ever in human history. But for Muslims, social diversity is not a social reality we have to accept. It reflects the irreversible divine will as the divine power manifests itself in diverse ways. For this purpose, we need a global diversity management system which is absent in the world today. This is the most important source of current conflicts, injustice, discrimination, racism, and xenophobia. However, if you look at the Islamic history, you will see that from the very beginning, Muslims built cosmopolitan societies and open civilization. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ is the first one who introduced open civilization system in the world. This is what Marshall Hudson called Islamicate civilization. The first example of the open civilization and the Islamic diversity management system emerged in Medina under the rule of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, which brought together Muslims, Christians, Jews, and polytheists to live under one rule. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ ended the ages of conflict between the Aus and Khazraj tribes. Later, Muslims ended the ages of conflict between Romans and the Persians, bringing them together under Islamic rule. Islamic rule expanded to India, where the Hindus and Buddhists lived under Islamic rule for centuries and enjoyed freedom of religion. Most of us know that Islam respects the people of the book, Ahl al-Kitab, from Christians and Jews. But less people know that Islam respects all religions, regardless of their content. Muslim rule in India is the most concrete evidence for the universalism of Islam. As a second major example, we can mention Zoroastrians, Al-Majus in Persia, who lived under Islamic rule. We have to also mention the pagans, who lived under Islamic rule in Mauritania. These examples, and there are many others, testify that Islam has always been an open civilization, even to the religions Muslims rejected as corrupted. Our history demonstrates that open civilization is new for the whole world, but not for Muslims. Cities like Bukhara, Samarkand, Delhi, Baghdad, Cairo, Damascus, and Istanbul were like Berlin, Paris, London, New York, and San Francisco of today, with respect to the diversity of cultures and people living in them. Open civilization is a condition dictated today to all societies in the world, but Muslims adopted it from the very beginning as a fundamental principle of Islam under the visionary leadership of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Then comes the question, what made Islam an open civilization? Why did Muslims adopt the open model with a diversity management system during a period when all other civilizations remained closed to themselves and built only homogeneous societies from their own race and religion? We have to address this question to be able to revive Islam as an open civilization again for humanity. As Ibn Khaldun says, the future is more similar to the past than the similarity of a drop of water to another drop of water. Al-ati ashbahu bil-madi min al-ma'i bil-ma'i. So that means we had a great civilization in the past and we will have it again in the future. This is what I call rooted revivalism, at-tajdid al-mu'assar. In my view, there are two fundamental structural elements that made Islam an open civilization which needs to be revived today: Adamiyya and multiplexity. First, the concept of Adamiyya, on which Islamic social, legal, political, and ethical system was founded. A legal maxim stipulates in fiqh that al-isma bil-adamiyya, which means the right to inviolability is due to all human beings, only for the sake of their humanity. No other condition is required. Therefore, Islamic law is not only for Muslims, but for all human beings. Islamic civilization is not only for Muslims, but for all children of Adam, regardless of their religion, sex, race, or color. The second foundation of Islamic open civilization is multiplexity of knowledge. This is traditionally called maratib al-ulum. I translated maratib al-ulum to English as multiplexity. Multiplexity means that there are three sources of knowledge: sense perception, reason, and divine revelation. Aql, hawas, and wahi. Three sources, they complement each other, and there is no conflict among them. In this perspective, there are three levels of knowledge. First, universal and certain knowledge, yakiniyat or daruriyat. Second, relative and uncertain knowledge, zanniyat or ijtihadiyat. Third, subjective and individualized knowledge in the ethically neutral and unregulated domain, mubahat. Our social life is full of uncertainty. The epistemology of uncertainty in Islamic law and ethics makes freedom of thought and expression in the form of ijtihad possible as long as a solid methodology, usul, is followed. Thus, Thomas Bauer, the German Orientalist, described Islam as a culture of ambiguity. What unites the Muslim Ummah is the common methodology, usul, used in legal and ethical reasoning, but not the diverse normative conclusions, ahkam, which gave rise to many mazahib. Multiplexity offers a comprehensive knowledge and normative system to bring together universal, relative, and subjective approaches and norms within their proper domains. However, modernists claim that everything should be objective, standard, and universal. In reaction to this, the postmodernists claim that everything should be subjective and relative because they argue that there is no truth. But multiplexity, or the maratib al-ulum, takes us beyond this false dichotomy and pseudo-binary by bringing their legitimate, grounded insights together in a comprehensive and holistic way. Thus, we need to excavate and revive the forgotten principles of Adamiyya and multiplexity as two foundations of open civilization. During the Middle Ages, they built strong walls around castles to protect themselves, but also they built bridges for easily commuting and communicating with the outside world. Today, in this age of globalization and open civilization, we also need to build walls to protect our local culture, language, religion, customs, and values, but we also need to build bridges to interact and integrate with the globalized economy, politics, and culture without losing our identity and worldview and without getting assimilated into the global hedonist culture. I would like to conclude by wishing continuous success to you in your future professional and personal lives, to serve humanity and contribute for building a better future in reviving the open civilization. You are the makers of the future. You are the future. Thank you, and I wish you all the very best.
Thank you very much, Dr. Shanturk, for this very inspiring word. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite you to watch the graduation film that was produced by HBKU students and the team of HBKU in cooperation with Kahrama and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Al Jazeera Network.
تأسست جامعة حمد بن خليفة وفق رؤية تستند إلى قيم الابتكار وريادة الأعمال. تسهم دفعة 2022 في تلبية احتياجات قطر الحالية والمستقبلية عبر الأبحاث والدراسات الأكاديمية. سنواصل بعد تخرجنا استعدادنا للتصدي للتحديات التي تواجه قطر وإحداث التأثير المجتمعي المستدام.
جامعة حمد بن خليفة من الجامعات المتميزة والتي تبحث عن حلول مبتكرة. عندما نقول حلول مبتكرة واقعية فهي تبحث عن حلول تطبيقية لقضايا واقعية. منذ اليوم الأول لاختيار موضوع البحث عملت الجامعة معنا لوضع خارطة طريق تضمن الخروج بأفضل النتائج من هذا البحث.
Accessibility is important everywhere, not only in Qatar and not even in one specific field. We gave people, visually impaired people and blind people, the opportunity to enjoy and experience sports like sighted people. It saddens me just to see some kids who cannot enjoy sports or films or whatever others do. With the World Cup, Qatar is sending a message that accessibility matters.
جامعة حمد بن خليفة فتحت آفاقي وفتحت عيوني حق مجالات جديدة راح تأثر في قراراتي الحالية وقراراتي المستقبلية. برامج الدراسات العليا في جامعة حمد بن خليفة ذات التخصصات المتقاطعة راح تفتح المجال أمام فرص ووظائف جديدة للخريجين. غير هاي أنه راح يقودنا للطريق إلى مجتمع قائم على المعرفة بيحقق رؤية دولة قطر 2030.
فإن دولة قطر تتبنى بخطى جادة متسارعة التحول نحو النقل الكهربائي المستدام. الأمر الذي ألهمني إلى أن أقوم ببحث تحت عنوان تقييم شامل لمحطة ذاتية للشحن السريع للمركبات الكهربائية
بشكل رئيسي يركز على التوثيق الفيلمي وفيلم العمارة الإسلامية الوثائقي، لأن العمارة الآن مو بس مجرد مباني أو مكان ريزيدنس وسكنة، لا، طلعت هي يعني عبارة عن ثقافة.
I think healthcare is an important aspect in any country. So I am working on designing a low-cost dehydration sensor that can be used in a wearable health device. Seeing precision medicine implemented and used on my parents, on the people around me, would make me really proud and very happy.
جامعة محمد بن خليفة لا تركز على ما هو كلاسيكي وماضي وتاريخي، بل تركز على ما هو معاصر.
And for our graduates today, they have the opportunity to deliver their speech, and this is going to be delivered by Hamid Ashebani on behalf of the other students from the College of Science and Engineering. The floor is yours. Your Excellency, Sheikh Hind bin Hamad Al Thani, Deputy President of Qatar Foundation, Dr. Ahmed Mujahid Omar Hasna, President of HBKU, Your Excellencies, the faculty, my colleagues, the graduates, distinguished guests, may the peace and blessings of God be upon you all. Knowledge raises a house without a pillar. Knowledge raises a house without a pillar. That is why there is no such thing as something that is impossible. With science, with knowledge, we can build bridges whereby we can reach new horizons that would motivate us for innovation and the discovery of all what is new in our life. My son will live in a world which is diverse in terms of ideas and cultures, whereby members live with each other, learn from each other, and benefit from each other. This is a positive message that my father used to tell me day in, day out. Every day he used to take me to school. I hear its echo in my mind, particularly when he used to tell me, "You're up to it, my son." These messages were a kind of a push for me, to push me with all strength to achieve my dreams, to get the best degrees, and also to excel in my academic life. And as a result of that, I was able to get my PhD from HBKU, and this was a very important university for me that is very distinctive for me, because it has a comprehensive ecosystem that enabled me to get all the skills and sources of knowledge that had enabled me to achieve my dream and harvest the fruits of my success. My colleagues, our journey in this university was not distinctive from an academic perspective only. It is beyond all that since day one, when I started to plan in a world which is full of knowledge. At this station, we got to know the faculty and our colleagues, who became our dear friends that we are very proud to know. We used to spend long hours in the different facilities of the university discussing scientific matters and subjects. Each one of us had his own opinion, and I used to be surprised, how can such ideas enable us to find solutions that many people were not able to solve? This was not the only thing, and we reached the second stage, which is the stage of research and learning, which used to be one of the most important pillars, where we learned how to carry out research and analyses, and also to reinforce discussion, ideas, research, and search for ideas. The university played a very important role in such an endeavor. The human resources, the faculty, the students, all of them were of high caliber. All of them worked together in order to reach distinction in terms of research and innovative solutions. And also the strategic partnerships that have been concluded by the university with the different research and education centers and the different sectors. This was a very important component in order to find a very important environment which is full of challenges and innovation. And this outcome, the outcome of this phase was very important indeed. It enabled us to study and analyze this phase and to come up with solutions that would enable and help members of the community locally and internationally, particularly the ones that face similar problems and issues. We have moved from this phase to the phase where we started publishing our monographs and research papers, and also we concentrated on the quality of research, and the reaction to these was something that underlined the objectives of the university in order to reinforce and enable the different students to choose the different disciplines that are specialized in different fields. HBKU, through its colleges and research centers, was able to instill in us the nucleus that would enable us to achieve the 2030 national vision. Individuals represent a very important component of the community on whom the state would invest, and as a result of that, we would see different innovations and creativity that would enable the community confront the different challenges. My colleagues, graduates of 2022, we have faced so many difficulties, the last of which is the pandemic, and this has enabled us to learn that the capabilities of human beings are far beyond our day-to-day challenges, and there are some other challenges that we have faced. Some of us are working, some of us are parents, holding different responsibilities of being a father or a mother. And this is one of the greatest challenges. And I'm going to reiterate what my father used to tell me. He used to tell us, my sons and daughters, you're up to it. At the end, I would like to express my feelings on behalf of my colleagues. I would like to extend my thanks and gratitude to the management of the university and faculty for all the efforts that they have exerted and that they have given us throughout our studies. I would like to thank you, and may God Almighty bless you, and may the peace of Allah be upon you all. Thank you very much, Hamid Al-Shaybani, for your intervention. The graduates of today are bright examples that are candidates for the leadership of the different institutions, sectors, in order to build a very distinctive legacy of HBKU through innovative and pioneering solutions that can change our present and future. The class of 2022 includes a constellation of graduates of the 6 universities, the College of Islamic Studies, and also the College of Humanities and Social Sciences, the College of Science and Engineering, College of Law, and College of Biomedicine, and the College of Public Policies. So the time has come for us to harvest the fruit of our efforts. This is going to be the opportunity to see the graduation of 215 from the class of 2020, and also from the graduates of 2021 who got their academic degrees. We have PhD holders, PhD in law, masters, and also BA and BSc. Would like to invite to the podium Dr. Ahmed Hasna, the president of HBKU, to confer the different degrees to our dear graduates. In the name of God, the most compassionate, the most merciful, the students that have received a PhD in law, masters, BSc and BA, based on the recommendations and also based on the pursuant also to the powers vested in me. And also I have the pleasure to grant you these degrees that you have achieved. Congratulations. The graduates of the PhD degree would like to invite to the podium Dr. Imad Din Shaheen, the Dean of the College of Islamic Studies, to come to the podium to join the President of the university to confer the different degrees to the graduates. So we have PhD in Islamic Finance and Economy, and the names will come after.
عبد الجليل إبراهيم تحت إشراف الدكتور نسيم شيرازي الذي يمنحه زي التخرج. نشكر الدكتور عماد الدين شاهين.
Would like to thank Dr. Imad Din Shaheen. Would like also to welcome to the podium Dr. Munir Hamdi, the Dean of the College of Science and Engineering, to come to the podium to join the President of the University to confer the different degrees. So PhD in Sustainable Environments, and the graduates' names will come afterwards. This is under the supervision of Dr. Rima Saifan, who is going to confer her the cloak of graduation.
زكريا أزهر عثمان تحت إشراف الدكتور
Under the supervision of Dr. Hamish McKay, who provides him with
عبد الرحمن حسني محمد خليل
عبد الرحمن
تحت إشراف الدكتور
Husni Muhammad Khalil Abu Nada, under the supervision of Dr. Gordon McKay, who presents him with the garment of graduation.
محمد سامي حجاب تحت إشراف الدكتور جوردن مكي الذي يمنح زي التخرج. عبد الله محسن عوض الواحدي تحت إشراف الدكتور يوسف بشر الذي يمنح زي التخرج. أحمد ماجد سعيد السراج تحت إشراف الدكتور أمين برماك الذي يمنح زي التخرج.
كنت في
الدكتوراه في علوم الحاسوب وهندسته الخزانة سلمان علي حسن الحرمي
in computer science.
الذي يمنحها زي التخرج.
So the names of the students are going to be announced one after the other.
المهدي عبد الرحيم بن تفات تحت إشراف الدكتور سبيروس باكيراس ويمنح زي التخرج الدكتور أيمن محمود أربد. أدين سكالوفيتش تحت إشراف الدكتورة حليمة بن إسماعيل. هاجر علي حسين فرزانة تحت إشراف الدكتور جوردن مكي الذي يمنح زي التخرج. هيا صالح مبارك الياسي تحت إشراف الدكتور جوردن مكي الذي يمنح زي التخرج. بتول هاشم عبد المحسن السيد تحت إشراف الدكتور معمر كوتش وسعادة الدكتور محمد السادة الذي يمنح هذه التخرج. منى مطر محمد آل مطر الكواري تحت إشراف الدكتور معمر كوتش وسعادة الدكتور محمد السادة الذي يمنح هذه التخرج. الدكتوراه في الطاقة المستدامة أبل ميزة تحت إشراف الدكتور معمر كوتش ويمنحه زي التخرج سعادة الدكتور محمد السادة الذي ترأس لجنة الأطروحة. عبد السلام منير عبد تحت إشراف الدكتور أحمد أبو شيخة الذي يمنحه زي التخرج. أميرة راشد علي المناعي تحت إشراف الدكتور طارق الأنصاري الذي يمنح زي التخرج. سارة يوسف محمد عبد الرحيم الهيدوس تحت إشراف الدكتور طارق الأنصاري الذي يمنح زي التخرج. سارة إياد محمد صالح أحمد تحت إشراف الدكتور هشام حمودي الذي يمنح زي التخرج. منال محمد علي فريح السلامة تحت إشراف الدكتور هشام حمودي وتمنحها زي التخرج الدكتورة دينا الثاني. سمر حمزة إمام الخليفة تحت إشراف الدكتور جوردن مكي الذي يمنح زي التخرج. محمد نبيل عارف الحرباوي تحت إشراف الدكتور جوردن مكي الذي يمنحه زي التخرج. بيترو تيديشي تحت إشراف الدكتور روبرتو دي بيترو. سي نايلين تحت إشراف الدكتور بو وانغ الذي يمنحه زي التخرج. حامد إلياس الشيباني تحت إشراف الدكتور محمد عبد الله الذي يمنحه زي التخرج. عبد اللطيف محمد عبد الله البصير تحت إشراف الدكتور محمد عبد الله الذي يمنحه زي التخرج. خلود خليل رشيد راشد الدوس تحت إشراف الدكتور برنارد يانسن الذي يمنحها زي التخرج. غدير سعيد مصطفى أبو عودة تحت إشراف الدكتور أشرف أبو النجا. محمد طاهري صقلي تحت إشراف الدكتورة دينا آل ثاني التي تمنحه زي التخرج. نشكر الدكتور منير حمدي وندعو الدكتور جورج نمر العميد المؤقت لكلية العلوم الصحية والحيوية إلى المنصة للانضمام إلى رئيس الجامعة في تسليم شهادات التخرج لخريجي الكلية. الدكتوراه في علم الجينوم والطب الدقيق آمال الفاتح لجنيد عبد الماجد تحت إشراف الدكتورة بوربالا ميفسود التي تمنحها زي التخرج. غادة يوسف محمد يوسف تحت إشراف الدكتور يوسف حايك وتمنحها زي التخرج الدكتورة بوربالا ميفسود. إيمان هواري تحت إشراف الدكتور خالد حسين ويمنحها زي التخرج الدكتور هينينغ هورن. أم كلثوم إسماعيل أملاي تحت إشراف الدكتور جتش الذي يمنحها زي التخرج. سمردية أشرف تحت إشراف الدكتور يوسف حايك ويمنحها زي التخرج الدكتور جتش. الدكتوراه في العلوم البيولوجية والعلوم الطبية آيات سمير محمود حماد تحت إشراف الدكتور خالد مشاقة ويمنحها زي التخرج الدكتور ديان راموتار. بشرى نشاد ميمون تحت إشراف الدكتور عصام عبد العليم الذي يمنحها زي التخرج. سناء علي شراري تحت إشراف الدكتور خالد حسين ويمنحها زي التخرج الدكتور هينينغ هون. كريم عصمة السيد شلبي تحت إشراف الدكتور عمر الأجلف الذي يمنحه زي التخرج. هبة نبيل شعث تحت إشراف الدكتور نهاد العاجز الذي يمنحها زي التخرج. نشكر الدكتور جورج نمر. والآن ننتقل إلى درجة حائزي درجة دكتور في القانون، وندعو الدكتورة سوزان كرمانيان عميد كلية القانون إلى المنصة للانضمام إلى رئيس الجامعة في تسليم الشهادات لخريجي الكلية. دكتور في القانون العنود خليل جاسم
So law school now, so العنود الدرويش. So this is going to be the first graduate to be confirmed the certificate of graduation, and the list of names is going to be presented by the MC now.
دانا أحمد محمد اللخن المري. سعد عبد العاطي عبد الوهاب محمد الأسد. شريفة عبد الحميد آهن علي آهن. عبير مالك. مريم خالد حمد عبد الله الثاني. نورة يوسف بحليقة. نورة عثمان صالح عبد الله الأشقر. بنت كمال إبراهيم محمد خير. شكرا للدكتورة سوزان كرمانيان.
Thank you, Dr. Karmanian. And now we're going to confer the degrees of masters for the graduates, and would like to start with the College of Islamic Studies, and would like to invite once again Dr. Imaduddin Shaheen to join the president of HBKU to confer the different certificates of the college. Masters of Arts in Islamic Ethics. And the names of the graduates are going to be mentioned now, one after the other.
Fama Jing, نورينا نور فؤاد، ماجستير الآداب في الإسلام والشؤون الدولية.
So, Masters of Islam and International Affairs, the names of the graduates to follow one after the other.
سبيكة شعبان، فرحات إبراغاموف، لورا فاروق ثاني، مختار ثاني، منصور تورسونوف، نور محمد فهد محمد المسلم، ياسمين طارق حامد أبو ستة، ماجستير الآداب في الدراسات
Masters of Arts in Contemporary Islamic Studies, and the names of the graduates to be mentioned one after the other.
محمد آسف، محمد رمضان بن أبي بكر، يوسف عبد الله محمد خميس الجابر، ماجستير الآداب في الدراسات الإسلامية.
Masters of Arts in Islamic Studies.
سعيد محمد برمان، فاطمة مخلص عدي، ماجستير العلوم في التمويل الإسلامي.
Masters of Science in Islamic Finance.
أيوديلي إيمانويل أكاندي، بابا عثمان بوكاري، ريما بيبي إقبال، زينب تفونومي أولو واقبا، سارة الشرقاوي، شيرين وهاب، كنان الرشيد أبا زيد، لامين فتاجو، محمد أنداني حسين، محمد برهان زبير، مريم زونة، نصر جاسم نصر عبد الله النصر، ماجستير العلوم في الفن والعمارة الإسلامية.
Masters of Science in Islamic Art, Architecture and Urbanism.
حمدة عبد العزيز علي المال. رند مازن سعد. طيبة سرور. فاطمة هلال أحمد الحبسي. قماشة أحمد عبد الله حمد. هميان منصور راشد عبد الله الخاطر. يوسف عبد الله الحمادي. والآن ننتقل إلى خريجي كلية.
We would like to move now to the Masters of Arts in Women, Society and Development. So we're going to be moving to the College of Humanities and Social Sciences, and would like to invite to the podium Dr. Amal Al-Maliki, the founding dean of the college, to join the president of the university to confer the different degrees.
ماجستير الآداب في دراسات المرأة في المجتمع والتنمية، إيمي فيكتوريا هيوكا. عايزة أحمد خان. مجدولين محمد معين الموقع. مرام سيف ماطر عجيل شحال العنزي. مسرة فردوس. منى الكحلة. نوف محمد عيد الحسن الكعبي. هند ريادي باحتيار ديانك سيلا. معذرة. ماجستير الآداب في دراسات الترجمة.
Masters of Arts in Translation Studies.
ندى محمد عبد اللطيف رجب عبد العاطي. ماجستير
Masters of Arts in Digital Humanities and Societies.
أناتولي شيستاكوف. أماني أحمد حسين ناصر. جنى علي المسلماني. رائفة يوسف عامر النظيري. ألاء عمر محمد بامشموس. سالومي أسايي آكو تشاكباسو. سناء فرحات العبار. عبد القوي أسود صالح. عمر عباد. عهد مصطفى عبد المحسن محمد. مريم محمد العمادي. هيا إبراهيم عبد الله الإبراهيم المناعي. ماجستير الآداب في الترجمة السمعية البصرية.
Masters of Arts in Audiovisual Translation.
فاطمة حافظ أحمد أختر. نهوان مصطفى عبد الله محمد الأسودي. نشكر الدكتورة أمل المالكي وندعو الدكتور منير حمدي.
We'd like to thank Dr. Amal Al-Maliki, and we'd like also to invite Dr. Hamdi to come to the podium in order to witness the graduation of the students from the Department of Science and Engineering, Masters in Cybersecurity, and the names of the different graduates are going to be mentioned one after the other.
عدين تنوير، كنانة دلة، لولوة جاسم علي جاسم محمود، لولوة عبد الحكيم أحمد سعيد ناصر، هنا أحمد محمد لطفي عباس، ماجستير العلوم في البيئة المستدامة،
Masters of Science in Sustainable
محمد
Environments.
سلمان أفضل، نورة خالد جاسم أبو عباس الجابر، ماجستير العلوم في الطاقة المستدامة، دانا إبراهيم محمد الهنيدي، سارة محمد شريف، طيف محمود علي السلامة، عالية بانو، عبد العزيز شيخ، عبد الكريم أحمد حسن محمد، عثمان حسن عثمان محمد جبريل، محمد أحمد هاشم السادة، ماجستير العلوم في إدارة الأنشطة الرياضية والفعاليات،
Science in Sport Entertainment Management.
آمال محمد صالح، خالد جواد حسن الشرشني، خالد صالح محمد الحلك، عبد الله علي عبد الله العذبة المري، عيد عبد الله عيد محمود البرديني، فاطمة جعفر القائدي، محمد عزيز عيوني، مريم أبو كاري، ماجستير العلوم في علوم البيانات وهندستها، أغسطو مانويل لوكاس،
Master of Science in Data Science and Engineering.
ضحى عوني محمود عساف، عمر عبد الفتاح أحمد شفيع، فاطمة فاضل راشد النعيمي، فريد الدين محمد، محمد أبو عرقوب، محمد يوسف محمد شعيب أنصاري، مريم عزيز، ميمونة محمد ناجي عز الدين، ماجستير العلوم في إدارة اللوجستيات والتوريد،
Masters of Science in Logistics and Supply Chain Management.
تسابيح حسين مسار علي، جواهر يوسف جابر محمد التميمي. رزان عز الدين صوالي. رضا عوض حامد خليفة. سارة سامح إبراهيم حسان. عايشة عبد العزيز علي عبد الله الحمادي. عبد الله تيسير صابر سويدان. عهد علي فهد فهيد العنزي. لولو حسين الماجد. مصطفى هاني العايدي أبو دلو. هدى عبد الله الأصمخ. أسيل عبد الحي وزوز. معذرة. يسرى العلوي. يوسف نزيه ذياب. ماجستير تحليل البيانات في الإدارة الصحية.
Masters of Data Analytics in Health Management.
انجراني نظيم الدين. حصة عبد الواحد الملا. عزير شاه. مها فوزي أحمد أبو جزر. هاجر محمد وحيد حسين ثابت. ياسمين حسن علي عبد العال. ماجستير نظم المعلومات في الإدارة الصحية. أسامة طارق عبد الرازق علي موسى. بسام علي جابر. نشكر الدكتور منير حمدي.
We would like to thank Dr. Munir Hamdi and would like to welcome Dr. Susan Karmanian to join us in order to deliver the degrees to the graduates of law. So we have the LLM in International Law and Foreign Affairs.
نورة عبد الله راشد الكواري. هيا محمد ناصر المكاوني النعيمي. نشكر الدكتورة سوزان كارمانيان.
Would like to thank Dr. Karmanian and would like also to welcome the professor to join the president of the university to confer the degrees. So, Ibtisam Musa Mahmoud Yusuf. So this is going to be the first graduate and the names of the other graduates are going to follow suit.
سلاف نبير قدورة. سمية يحيى حسن المدهون. عبد الرحمن بيلو. فريال الدلنسي. مريم لطفي الخرباش. نور هيثم محمد حمد. هاني علي قاسم العقيلي. ماجستير العلوم في علم الجينوم والطب الدقيق دسالين كيروس إنكوي. زينب بشير. زينب جان. سعد رسول. نور حمد. هلا عدنان علي البخيت. ماجستير العلوم في العلوم البيولوجية والعلوم الطبية.
Master of Science in Biological and Biomedical Sciences.
أميرة شعبان مصطفى صالح علوة. ديبورا نسيريتا ماتي. سبرات دهال. سيدة سكينة عامر. مريم جامع علي عثمان. ندى محمد عبد الكريم كافور. نورة جمعة عادل الدوس. هند غسان اسماعيل رشدي الدوس. يسرى منصور. نشكر الدكتور جورج نمر.
Would like to thank Dr. George Nimmer. I would like also to welcome Leslie Alexander, the Dean of the College of Public Policies, to join the President of the University to confer the certificates to the graduates. So, Masters in Public Policy.
أسماء محمد محمود بدوان. أيدانا سبار بايفا. إلزار أسمانليفا. أيزان جيكسيانوفا. حلا ماهر جمعة العطار. سارة أسامي. سارة أحمد إبراهيم يحيى. شمة يوسف أحمد لجهام الكواري. عايشة خميس عيسى آل مانع الكعبي. مريم عبد الله راشد الكواري. مريم عبد الله محمد أحمد الحمادي. مريم محمد عبد الله الشيدي. نشكر الدكتور ليزلي بال.
We'd like to thank Dr. Leslie Pal, and now would like to give the certificates of masters, and would like to welcome Dr. Hamdi to join the president of the university in order to confer the certificates of the College of Science and Engineering, masters in computer science.
محمد خالق أياز. محمد ناصر الجفالي النعيمي. موزة حمد فارس الكعبي. مياسة كريم حسين لامي. نور سالم خالد صالح الجابر. نرجو من جميع خريجي البكالوريوس
We ask the BSc graduates to turn the tassels into the left-hand side after they have been conferred the certificates. And would like to invite the deans of the different colleges, the different deans and the graduates to come to the podium.
والآن مع كلية الدراسات الإسلامية ندعو خريجو كلية العلوم الإنسانية والاجتماعية.
We would like to welcome the graduates of the College of Humanities and Social Sciences.
ندعو خريجو كلية العلوم والهندسة.
We'd like to invite the graduates of Science and Engineering.
ندعو خريجو كلية
Would like to invite the graduates of the College of Science and Engineering to come to the podium.
والآن ندعو خريجو كلية
I'd
القانون.
like to invite the graduates of College of Law to come to the podium.
والآن خريجو كلية العلوم الصحية والحيوية.
So now we'd like to invite the graduates of biomedicine.
وختاما خريجو كلية السياسات العامة.
And at the end, we'd like to invite the graduates of the College of Public Policy to come to the podium, please.
نرجو من الحضور الجلوس في مقاعد.
And we'd like to ask the attendees to remain seated until we take the group photograph. We repeat, we kindly ask the guests, the parents, to remain seated until we take the group photograph.
يشرفنا أن ندعو سعادة الشيخة هند.
We're honored to invite Her Excellency Sheikha Hind bint Hamad Al Thani and His Excellency the President of HBKU to come to the podium for a group photograph.
تهانينا لكم أيها الخريجون.
We congratulate the graduates. Congratulations.
الحضور الكرام برجاء البقاء في أماكن.
Distinguished guests, we kindly ask you to remain seated until their excellencies and our high-profile guests leave the hall. Thank you.
خريجونا الكرام.
Dear graduates, at the end of this ceremony, I have the pleasure to express my happiness, my pride to take part in the graduation ceremony of the 2022 class. We would like to wish them more achievements, more successes in the different fields of life. We are sure that all our graduates are going to contribute to the development of their communities through pioneering and innovative solutions and their valuable contributions. Thank you.
بهذا نصل.
And we have come to the end of the graduation ceremony of class 2022 at HBKU. Congratulations. And I would like to extend my thanks and gratitude to you all for your participation. And may the peace and blessings of God be upon you all. Thank you.